With Bitcoin, we don't know. It could go retest this line again. It could fail. All right, welcome to Talking Investing. I am Tom. This is not financial advice. We're here to talk about all things investing and try and make some money along the way. So if you follow Bitcoin and you follow the Bitcoin miners, this channel covers that content quite a bit. So smash the subscribe button to stay up to date on what's happening in the Bitcoin mining world. So this morning I want to talk about Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners. It was a tough night overnight and we're still in a battle right now. So I wanted to give you guys my perspective and get an update out quickly this morning. So having said that, let's go to the chart. So starting yesterday at somewhere around 6 in the morning was this red candle. We're on the 1 hour candle. So this was up at around 65,700. This candle right here at 4 in the morning actually got over $66,000. So you can see from there, it has been down. The last day has been massive downward pressure on Bitcoin. And as a result, the Bitcoin miners in pre-market this morning are down drastically. I want to go through this Bitcoin chart and then I want to take a look at a few of the opportunities that I think may be out there and give you my thoughts onto where we go next. So for those of you who are not new to this channel, you will know that this line at $60,000, this blue line, I have maintained that that is our absolute floor. So I did not believe that we were going to go below that, and we are on that line right now, testing it big time. So that's why I wanted to get a video out. If we zoom in, you'll see that at 5 o'clock this morning, we actually candle wicked all the way down exactly to our purple line at around 58,500. It bounced right off of that held, and that was really just a candle wick. And on the 1 hour, we did close above this $60,000 line. So it was pretty close, but we maintained above 60,000. And in the 3 1 hour candles since, we have managed to stay above that 60,000. We're currently at about 60,700. We're in the middle of a green candle. We were just very near 60,000 just a few minutes ago. This battle is not necessarily over yet. However, I will tell you, I remain with my conviction that 60,000 is the floor. So in my opinion, Bitcoin is very oversold right now. There's several reasons that have opened up a window for Bitcoin to pull back, but you can see even with this big pullback, 60,000 has been immense support. So I'm going to maintain that we're going to stay above 60,000. I think it's worth looking at a few of these miners because they are getting destroyed in pre-market this morning. Now the market may have opened by the time you watch this. Today is Tuesday, November 16th. So just to sum up, in my last video, I thought we were due for a breakout, and that was somewhere in here, and I thought we would break above the yellow line and above the blue line. Well, the next 24 hours was this right here. So we did get that breakout, but unfortunately, it was extremely short-lived. We found resistance here at around 65,800, and it topped out at around 66, and then again, like we said, it just headed straight down from there. So unfortunately, this short-term call did not play out over the long term. So you can see, even as I'm talking, we're up to 60,800. That does not mean that we're not going to go back and retest that $60,000 line. I don't know how long we're going to hang out at the $60,000 line. Bitcoin is dramatically oversold right now. So I'm anticipating it today, but sometimes these things take longer than expected. And Bitcoin, as you know, can take a lot of twists and turns. So I do feel like this is the bottom, and I do feel like we are headed back up. There will be pullbacks along the way. I don't want to act like we're headed back up in a straight line to 100,000. It's going to be a tough, bumpy road. One of the things that happened is there's a very popular prediction out there that we're going to hit $98,000 in November. Because of that, we've gotten overly bullish on Bitcoin in the short term, and the larger money has been able to take advantage of that. The result is a pullback like this. So having said all that, let me get to a few charts that I think are interesting. Okay, the first one is Bitfarms. So you can see that Bitfarms hit a recent high on November 10th, which was just a few days ago, of $9.33. Since then, it has pulled back a little bit. It closed at $8.61 yesterday. In pre-market this morning, it is trading right now at $8, and that is this very light orange line that you'll see right here. So it has pulled way, way back. Bitfarms announced earnings yesterday. I will be doing a video probably today to go through those earnings reports. Without getting into too much detail, this pullback is not as a result of that earnings report. So I am viewing Bitfarms as a buying opportunity. Now, I know we've had so many ups and downs and pullbacks that there may be a lot of you out there that don't have any powder left on the sideline to buy. So in which case, know that you're not alone. This may be a day that you need to hold on tight and just ride out the storm. I will tell you that I am not selling anything today in the Bitcoin mining sector. In fact, I will be buying several things. So that is not financial advice. You guys have to do what you want to do. But I'm going to show you the ones that are of great interest to me because I think they are oversold just based on the dip overnight in Bitcoin. So the first one is Bitfarms. So you can see Bitfarms from where it is in pre-market right here back to its previous all-time high of just a week ago. It's down about 16%. So I do think there's some opportunity there. And from my price target, my short-term 2 to 4 week price target, it's down about 21%. So that's what Bitfarms is looking like. It has pulled back quite a bit this morning. So potential buying opportunity there. I will be buying some Bitfarm. Again, not financial advice. You guys got to decide what you want to buy. Okay, next one is Hut 8. So Hut 8 had a recent all-time high again on November 9th, and that was at $16.55. So from that point, it pulled back and closed at $14.62 yesterday. You will see in pre-market, this orange line right here runs right into our green line. So this has pulled all the way back to our previous price target of $13.95. So again, this is another one that I'm going to be taking a close look at because I maintain my short-term price targets. I don't think anything fundamentally has changed. I think we're having a pullback. We're having a retest on Bitcoin. That's very natural. The Bitcoin miners have had a huge run up. Between profit taking and some other factors, there's been a big pullback here over the last day and a half. But to get from where we are right now in pre-market back to my price target, which we had already reached, that's a 15% increase right there. So again, you guys have to decide if this is a good buying opportunity for you or not, but this is one I'm looking at. I am buying Bitfarms. I'm looking at Hut. Next is Riot. So Riot really had a gigantic run up, and I just want to show you just from November 12th through November 15th. Riot was up almost 20%. So that was the end of what was a very nice run up for Riot. So it has pulled back. It closed the day yesterday at $42.11. But you will see right now in pre-market, it is trading down at this orange line right here. It's down to about $38. Riot also reported earnings yesterday. And again, I don't believe this pullback is as a result of their earnings call. To me, this is another very interesting one. I will most likely be buying some Riot today, but again, this is not financial advice. You guys have to decide if this is a good entry point for you. Last one I want to take a look at is Marathon. Marathon recently reached its all-time high again on November 9th, and that was $83.40. Its previous high was this yellow line at around $57.75. Just that run up from November 2nd, from their previous high to their new high, that was almost a 45% run up you'll see in just 1 week. Since then, we've had a big pullback. So some of this pullback is just a natural pullback after a huge run up like that. However, a few things did happen yesterday. They announced that they're going to raise $500 million in debt, and I think I read this morning that they're going to increase that up to $600 million. And then also they announced that they were subpoenaed by the SEC. That also had a negative effect on stock price. More so than anything else, I think a few things just piled up. The pressure on Bitcoin, the issuance of debt, and the SEC thing all put together just caused a massive, massive sell-off in this yesterday. So I believe it ended up down 27% on the day yesterday, and you will see it's now even down further than that. Marathon is now at $52. So I did a video on Marathon yesterday saying it's been a while since we've had a decent entry point and it was worth looking at. That was when it was down around 10% yesterday. It ended up down 27% yesterday, and it's down even further than that in pre-market. This is another one that I think should be on your watch list as a potential buying opportunity. This pullback is dramatic. From its high of last week to pre-market this morning, this is down 37% in less than 1 week. So it may have been a little overheated up here. I was feeling like it was a good buying opportunity $10 ago. You can imagine that for me, that I think is a good spot for myself to add to my position. So again, you got to do your own due diligence. These stocks are super volatile right now. It's been some very crazy days with Bitcoin, and I think there's a lot of volatility ahead. I do think November is going to be a great month. I don't know that we're going to get to $98,000 like everybody thinks. That is seeming to get further and further out of reach. However, Bitcoin is violent. It could make major moves. There's still a few weeks left in this month. So understand, $98,000 is not my price target at all. I'm more in the $75,000 to $80,000 at the maximum range. But I hope I'm wrong. I'd love to see $98,000. But we got to be careful with this volatile asset and all of these miners, which obviously are a direct play. In fact, they're a leveraged play against Bitcoin. So I just want to close out the video by going back to the Bitcoin chart. It's now exactly 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So we just started a new candle. We're at about $60,500. If I zoom in, you can see that at the moment, it would seem that we have held this $60,000 line. Now, with Bitcoin, we don't know. It could go retest this line again. It could fail. We did flash crash down to this $58,000 line. My sense is today is going to be a green day in Bitcoin, and I don't know how the Bitcoin miners are going to react in pre-market. Most of the miners are anywhere from down a little to down a lot. Ultimately, you have to decide where you think Bitcoin is going and how you interpret all these earnings reports that have come out and make your own buying decisions. So that brings you up to date on my thoughts on Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners. Everybody, good luck trading today. And thanks so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.